It's showtime. Thursday, March 11th, 2021. How we doing this morning? Morning Joey, presented by Barstool Sports. What's happening? I got my guy. You know him. This guy. Finally on with me, Ben Polizzi. Johnson. As you probably know him better. He's here. Follow him. IG and TikTok at Benedict Polizzi. Twitter, Ben Polizzi.
It's all Benedict Polizzi now.
Oh, it all is?
Oh, yeah. Across the board.
When did you switch on Twitter?
Maybe like 5 months ago. Decided to go all straight up.
Wow,
I was hanging on to, because you know when you get a username?
Yeah.
I got Ben Polizzi on Twitter, and I was like, I can't give this up.
Yeah.
There's so many people that want it.
Right. Yeah. Polizzi, a really common last name.
Yeah. Everybody these days.
Okay.
No.
So Benedict on everything then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Benedict Polizzi. TikTok. Cameo.
Yeah.
You know?
Got to get one of those from Johnson.
Johnson Cameo.
Yeah, host of the Espresso podcast. We used to formerly be co-hosts of that, and now Homeboy just takes over himself. But he had to come on the show. We had to do it. We had to reverse. I've been back on his show. He had to come back on this show. And we had to spress it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
A little flippy flop.
Yeah. Flippy flop. Quick reminder, subscribe to the channel. Daily show, 9 to 10 a.m. at least. Daily content. You have the Indian Sanity merch, Cup of Joey dad hat, mug, all in the description below. Links are there. Dad hats are nice. Mugs are only like $10. I mean, come on. It's right up there in the corner. Have yourself a mug. Have a daily cup of Joey, morning Joey, all that stuff. Saying Joey too many times. So had to remind you. You can leave it right there. And let's get into it, bro.
Yeah, man.
Let's get into it. So Ben Polizzi, comedian, all those things I just introduced you as. How's the pandemic been for comedian Ben Polizzi? You're doing shows still.
Mm-hmm. Had a show last night. Went pretty well. The crowds are it's coming back.
Yeah.
Like it's getting exciting.
Were people like afraid to laugh when you were first doing them, like maybe even last year, because like they didn't want to spread the COVID?
Last year at this time, it was just shutting down and things were getting super weird. People didn't believe it, obviously. Right. But then, I mean, like, as you know, in full shutdown mode. And then, I don't know, kind of for me and you, it just went to all online, which wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Just a new way to do comedy. It wasn't like
less open mics where you have to like eat some shitty chicken wings.
You have to literally eat shit on stage
to like the same four comedians that are there.
I'm like, well, you guys heard this last night, but here's a word I switched around. What do you think?
Dropping the mic a little bit.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, you guys feeling me? Yeah.
No, but it's getting better.
That's good, man.
It's getting exciting again, which is cool. Last night was a nice little breath of fresh air. And then you got some shows this weekend booked at Wiley's in Dayton. That's like where Dave Chappelle first started out. It's a cool club.
Why? Yeah, I know about Wiley's.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like you have like Laugh Factory, like Helium, one of the other ones. Like Wiley's is like one of the ones I'm like,
Midwest,
banger. You hear about it. All right. So all Midwest folks, Dayton folks.
Friday, Saturday, go to Wiley's. I'm going to be featuring for Kelly Collette. She's so funny. Look her up on social media too, but it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Come out.
Give them a little this guy. Everybody always asks me, dude, and I'm sure they ask you too, like the origin of Johnson and Schmitty. I feel like we need to use this time to be able to let people know a little bit about where those characters derived from.
Okay, so
he's Johnson, I'm Schmitty. To clear it up for everybody.
Johnson. I don't know. Like, why did you pick Johnson for that name? And why was it so nail on the head? You know? Every time I always think about that, people just literally call me that. Like, I work at a restaurant downtown Indy, and I'll be like, hey, what's up, guys? My name's Ben. I'll be helping you out today. And they're like, are you Johnson? And I'm like, yeah, bro. It's so funny that they know, and I have like 19 things on my face.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a hat and a mask, and they're like, you're Johnson. But
when are you going to start waiting tables as Johnson? I feel like that could be a big moneymaker.
Some people have asked me, they're like, can you give me your Johnson line real quick? I've just got a nice little go-to. I'm like, I don't know. If you talk to one of my friends, you may have heard of him. His name's Jack Daniels. And it's just like, All right, nice. We're in.
That's what you need to do. You need to just start waiting tables as Johnson.
Do you have a preferred section you want to sit in? We got Chloe, Danny, and Johnson here.
Sure. The only problem then becomes, ow! Happy's beneath me. He's biting my fucking foot. Teething babies. Now he's going up there, Ben.
I kind of like it though.
Yeah, he's weird.
Yeah,
weird
weird.
about smacking the foot.
Yeah, any foot thing. You're like,
thing.
actually, Happy, can you go in the living room?
Just hold that thing up and just gnaw on it, huh? But the problem with being Johnson when you're a waiter is like it would be really good for the people who love Johnson, but then you like run into a couple that like maybe doesn't have Twitter and they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Insane. He keeps drinking our drinks. Just every time. Hey, you done with that? Oh God. Could use a buzz.
Yeah, I think it was. I was just thinking of like names that people like last name people who go by their last names.
Yeah,
Johnson
all
is
the
like,
time.
oh, now he's really getting your foot. Holy
You're
shit!
getting some meat. Now.
Hey, Happy, no.
Squeeze them with your paws if you're.
Come
gonna
on,
do
man.
anything.
Yeah, jeez, getting
With the
happy,
socks on.
getting hyped during the show.
Foot guy. Okay.
That's where you run into issues, though. Is the old people that didn't know, but Johnson. No, that's where it came from. Is I was like a guy that always goes by his last name, and a guy that wears like an IU polo or like a college polo to work pretty much every day.
I immediately thought of like one of your homies, like in, like maybe it's like 8th grade where you start calling your friends, you switch from first names to last names.
Yeah.
So you're like, Molinaro down the hall. I mean, that's not a common one, obviously, but
Yeah.
Johnson is like a,
Sure.
like one
Yeah.
of those, Wilson, like just one of those, I don't know, coachy, like last names that you always hear. And then Schmitty, too. Everybody knows.
There always has to be one that you add like the Y to, So you have like, even my friend group, you have like one of my friends' last name, unfortunately, is Cox, literally. So we call him Coxie. Coxie! Schmitty. No one, the only person that ever goes by Schmidt is from the show.
Is a teacher. Yeah. Is your like English teacher that's a woman. You can't call her Schmitty. Miss Schmidt, when's it due?
Hey, Schmitty, come on over here for a second.
Hey, Schmitty, I got a question. That'd be you, dude. That's a demerit.
Schmitty, where does this comma go?
And then you can even add the O if you're getting crazy with it. Like
Schmitto? John Horta? What do you mean?
Add an O instead of the Y at the end. Like I don't know. We had our football coaches at our high school always used to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Happy. Knock it off.
Like a dude with the last name Shepard, they'd be like, "Hey, Sheppo."
Yeah, okay. That's where the O comes in, is when the Y ending doesn't sound right. You can't call him Sheppy. Sheppo.
Hey, Sheppo. Sheppo. Hey, Kevo.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Johnson and Schmitty. We just thought about those guys who these guys, they're wearing the college polos. Like Thursday, like today is a perfect day for them. College hoops on, an excuse to leave work early. Like 4:00 is when they're starting happy hour.
These guys in the bathroom. That's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, that's Johnson and Schmitty though. Should we get into a little V hot?
We get a little V hot. What's up?
So this is how Ben's pod espresso runs right now. This is essentially kind of how we formatted and got into it when we were doing it together. He kept it going. So yeah, we got a little V hot. What's going on? What's very hot?
It's very hot on the intranet.
Local news promos. Can we talk about this for a sec?
Really, just local sports news. Sports news. First of all, like
my life.
This isn't bothering me, by the way. It's kind of nice because I kind of fidget.
Well, he fucking got you on your.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm bleeding.
Okay, keep the show going for a second. I'm gonna get this thing.
Yeah, you're good.
Come on, Happy.
Dude, I wish I could show him. Anyway, the real part of the show. Oh, what's wrong? Like anyone's even listening to me right now. How funny is this? They're just all looking at it. Look at this.
You got him.
The difference between holding dogs and cats. We were talking about it earlier. Dogs like want it.
Yeah.
Cats are like, you're dead.
Yeah. Try it, I dare you.
Try me.
And then I have 3 cats in the room right behind us.
So they won't come out because they're happy, like they're done?
No. You know the old saying, like they get along like cats and dogs?
True.
That is real.
Like when you have a bunch of people over, dogs are like for it. Dogs are like the party host.
Yeah.
And then cats are like
using the shaky thing. Trying to do something to freak them out a little bit. There we go. Just lay down. There we go. Good job, Bubba. Yeah, cats are the exact opposite. Cats don't ever want anybody there. Yeah. The local news promos, though, man. I saw one for Channel 13. I'm going to call them out straight up here in Indy.
Yeah.
And
break it down.
They were talking about their coverage of March Madness. And of course, they can't say March Madness, so they have to find like a creative way to.
The big dance. Is that even? Can you say that even?
I don't think so. Hey!
It's all right.
No. You got to knock it off, bub. You're disrupting the show, bub.
Like, you're actually probably making it better.
Yeah, I know.
You're stealing the fucking show.
Look at this. He's such a good bubba. I don't think they can say big dance. So they have to say, like, for example, the one we're talking about, they're like, Indy's got game.
Mm-hmm. Indy's got game. Indy's big game. Like, just how many variations?
Indy's one shining dance.
Do you need hoops? Indy's got it. Here. Bunch of games. Like, how many different ways? Like,
it's always hoops, too. Never basketball. We got hoops.
Trying to sound cooler. Yeah, that's all local like sports people do is just try to sound as cool as they can.
But they don't
without being like too hip.
But they don't realize at the same time that it's making them less cool.
And it's just all the hand motions they use on camera. This is it. It's here. Basketball today. Coverage for you.
From me to you. From my mouth to your eyes on your TV set. We got game.
Like, thanks, guys. We can't tell if you guys are excited or not.
But how would we know they're talking about basketball?
I have no idea. Better have a ball in every fucking shot. Passing it every frame. That's all it is.
And their promo and their production meeting, they're like, but the audience could think that we're talking about base football. How are we going to clarify this?
Just like the ball that they use too is like way too orange and like kind of deflated. It's never like a legit ball that you'd use in a tournament. It's always like the one that's been in your dad's garage for way too long,
or like the one in the PE closet, like from gym back in school.
You're like, oh, let's bring it up. There's always every time there's only one good ball. Like even when you're on like a middle school team or high school's a little different, but there's always like one ball that bounces way too fucking high.
Yeah, it's got the best grip, and it's just like it's come on, Bubba. You were doing so well. You're the star of the show. Mm-hmm. That's what always gets me, though. It's like it's like July, and there's nothing else going on but NFL training camp. And they're like, yeah, we need to put a Colts football helmet right in the middle.
It's just like
right in the middle, conveniently.
Let's talk X's and O's with Joe's.
Former tight end for your team that you love coming up on the playbook.
The segment names. They always name it something. We're the best at that at Morse code.
The playbook.
That's it. All right, we're back on the playbook with Ken Dilger.
It's always like the tight end that your mom loved, but everybody else was kind of like,
he's so cute.
You're like, he's not that good, Mom. You're like, I don't know. He's just, I want to give him a hug, and your mom has his jersey.
Your mom thinks he's on the team. You're like, Mom, he got traded to the Cardinals like 3 years ago.
Give it up.
Is he playing?
I was talking about Chick-fil-A lines a lot yesterday on the show.
About it, dude.
You a big Chick-fil-A guy?
I love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, you love Chick-fil-A. What's your go-to from there? They got good salads there. I know you're a salad guy, but they really do.
Yeah, they do. Honestly, yeah. It's like the feta cheese they put on them too. I stopped eating meat a while ago, but I still go to Chick-fil-A for like everything else.
Yeah.
Like for a while, I started going I think Chick-fil-A has the best cookies. Like
they used to have the best
brownies. In the game. I'm a big Panera brownie guy.
Panera's brownies are good.
Like that like brick brownie at Panera. I don't even know if they have those anymore, but it was like, it might not have even had icing. It was one of those brownies without icing that you're like, why do I trust that?
Well,
you know, because usually I'm like, what is this?
But it's the ones that come in like the saran wrap.
They're so soft.
Dude, they're like crammed into the saran wrap, you know?
Dude, well, a person trying to get the saran wrap off of that.
Literally a cat.
Hold on! Yeah, dude. You gotta flip it over, and by the end, you just end up ripping like one of the sides off.
Have to use your fork or something to like get underneath there.
Doing that like during like a lunch office meeting is the funniest thing. You're just like not listening to a goddamn.
All right, so Johnson's the fat ass getting the brownie.
Yeah, it's powder on the top, like just as a tease though. Like, hey, you already know how gas this brownie is if there's powder on the top. Like, we don't need icing for this one.
I'm so sorry about my pup. Dude.
I really don't care.
He's really being a distraction.
It's kind of like a
Play with
game.
that. He wears himself out really quickly, but he just like gets in these modes where he wants to fucking go at it. Anyways, yeah, the brownies with the saran wrap. Is it saran wrap or
I don't. I always feel weird saying saran wrap. Like it's one of those like antiquated words that needs to be updated.
So, but is it N as in Nike or M as in Mike?
I don't even want to admit to it. I've been saying saran this whole time.
Saran.
I was hoping this conversation would never come up in my life, and now we're doing it live. Like I'm always secretly like, I hope nobody calls me out on saran wrap. Because I'm like, sometimes I'm like, is that a term my mom just made up too? Like, is that a real thing?
It's just rap.
Or is it just like a family word? Like, one time I was, saran wrap. Like, it's got to be like clear wrap by now.
Right. It's so much easier. Good job, buddy. Good job, happy boy.
I wish we could show him.
He's going potty on the pee pad. Good job.
I thought he like did the dishes or something. He's just pissing on the ground over there.
Come here, Bubba. Look at him. He's so precious. Oh, he's gonna sit up here with me. He's gonna hang with us. Cool. Did you find saran wrap, or we?
No.
Now I think it's saran wrap.
Saran. I don't even know.
It's
Serena Williams.
It's not. It's not an S, dude.
I don't know what I really typed it. Dude, I'm so bad at that. You know when you're writing something down and somebody starts talking to you and you start writing down what they say? That's exactly what I just did. I searched for Serena Williams.
Dude, one time in 8th grade. Okay.
This is good. Cling wrap. That's like the what we should be saying. Probably.
Cling plastic food wrap.
Saran.
It's wow. So it's like Sarah.
That looks like it's
with
fake,
an N.
though.
Yeah.
No, saran
wrap.
It's really just cling wrap, though.
We're going with cling wrap now.
Saran wrap. What are we doing?
Sauron. It's like Lord of the Rings. Sauron wrap. You don't know anything about Lord of the Rings, but what you're saying when you type that in 8th grade. You know when back in the day you used to like. You would do your homework, but then you would grade it in class, and you'd have to like pass it to the person next to you.
Yeah. Someone else grading my homework,
and you always
I wouldn't be able to do that now.
You always had like the girl that was like super smart. That was like, you are a fucking idiot. Like,
yeah. You're like finding a pen to grade it with. She's like, she like gets it out of her pocket. You have a red pen.
Yeah. Anyways, it was one of those things, and like. It was science, so I was just like zoning out on science homework, just trying to get it done, right?
Yeah.
And I was listening to music or watching a show, and for some reason my mind just like blanked out, and I wrote down the lyrics of whatever it was. And
on your homework, yeah, someone else's grading.
Yeah, and so she was like, she started laughing, and she was like, our teacher was like, "What's going on?" And she was just like, "Can I read Joey's answer?" And I was like, "Oh God." And so then it was like I forget exactly what it is, but it was just
Baby boy, you stay on my mind. What is photosynthesis? What is photosynthesis? Baby boy, you stay on my mind. I see you in my dreams.
Dude, it was so bad. I think I asked to use the restroom after that and didn't come back for like 25 minutes. Like the teacher had to send a search party out for me.
Dogs. Those smelling dogs. What a day that was when they had the drug dogs in the school. I didn't even see a drug live in high school, but was still so nervous when they were circling the cars.
How could you not be?
I was like, what did someone put in my car 2 years ago for some reason that
Right.
I'm going to get suspended for it?
Or like, what hoodie did I borrow from this person randomly that like they were around weed in 2 months ago, and now it's going to in my back seat.
That was terrifying.
That was terrifying.
Couldn't even go in the hallways.
Do you think about like the freedom of bathroom breaks back then?
Bathroom is a dangerous place.
Like if you
legit fights.
If you got the okay to go to the bathroom,
sure. Excuse me?
You're walking out. You know that trend on TikTok that's like that one song? It's like, I'm crazy, but you like me.
Down the hall. That's pretty good.
Yeah, like you're walking out of the classroom. You're walking past other classes. You're on the bathroom.
in the door, you see your friend. You're like,
the little window that's like this tall.
Eye contact through that window. What?
When are we getting married?
Seriously. And you can identify any single person in your whole entire grade through that window.
Yeah.
1 second eye contact. You're like, that was Amelia.
Gotta hit her up on AIM later. Because we have
if she ever gets on, one of those girls that never gets on AIM, once a month.
Dude.
Like, what a strategic plan to be like the irresistible girl in the grade, That
doesn't get on AIM.
Then there's always the girls that are on every day after school. You're like, whore.
It's like rebel horse girl, or
rebel
like,
cheer, rebel baby. Yeah, always your high school mascot cheer, and then her three favorite numbers.
There were so many
Trojan cheer 218.
There were so many horse names. Like every chick was like a horse chick back then. Like
why was it? Yeah, then it kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
Like freshman year of high school, they're like, maybe that's not me. Super upset. I mean, that's what guys
maybe
do.
I'm not gonna be Hannah Montana.
Guys are super like sports, like big time sports fans. Like, dude, way more than me, but I knew like every college football player. I swear to God, on every team, like throughout high school. But now I'm like, damn, I don't even know who their number one recruit was. Like, I got nothing.
Because they're all babies, dude.
Yeah,
like all the kids going into college now are younger than my youngest sister, who's 19, who's born in 2002.
Yeah.
Obviously, for those, if you're checking the math on that. But so that's hard to. But it's kind of refreshing in a way. Like it's kind of freeing.
Yeah.
Because you're not that invested in these players. You're just like invested in the overall thing. You're like, yeah.
Not bad. But
Go Boilers, go LSU if they win, cool, but you're not like, oh, this recruit didn't pan out because you're like, that kid's 12 years. Like,
yeah,
I was a senior in high school.
It's kind of creepy to talk about, honestly.
I was a senior in high school and he was watching like fucking Mickey Mouse
Pinky in the
Clubhouse.
Brain.
That was way past it. And only
true.
Only kids who are in jail now watch Pinky in the Brain.
I didn't watch
Courage the Cowardly Dog and Pinky in the Brain.
The shows you watched before the shows that you actually wanted to watch. When you got to your TV like 5 minutes earlier, and you're like, I gotta watch the end of Pinky in the Brain again to catch Batman and Superman. I probably sound so old, but like that's what I did. So I'd always catch the back half of Pinky in the Brain. Like, what is this shit? It's like a show would come on.
It's a weird mouse and like a scientist, or was it?
Dude, it was just two mice in a cage for all Pinky in the Brain, dude. Who really was like a Pinky in the Brain fan is what I want.
I just remember it being like promoted on WB4.
Kids WB.
That was my
WB,
shit, man. Like before, because that was like when the Pacers used to play on WB.
Oh,
way
seriously?
back when, yeah. So that shit would be on there. Pinky and the Brain, all new on Tuesday. See what the brain gets Pinky into.
Yeah, it's like two mice. One was really smart and one was like the dumb, funny one. And they just like riffed. And they're always in a cage. Maybe they're trying to escape. I can't remember.
So
it seemed like a dream, honestly.
A lot of those
show even existed.
A lot of those cartoons are kind of like that. Like I said, like Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's like if you watch that now, you're like, did I drop acid before I watched
Yeah,
this?
that
Like,
is
what is going on?
Ed and Eddy for me. I'm like, dude, these kids are high.
Dude,
or am I
on
right
something.
now?
Yeah, Ed and Eddy too. Like that. The kids who watch Ed and Eddy always were the ones that just drank way too much soda.
Yeah, dude.
And your mom
We'll come over and drink a 24-pack of Mountain Dew, watch Ed and Eddy. Like, actually, yeah.
But your mom was always like,
yeah, are you serious? Your mom never wants you to watch the shows with like the crappy looking like animation. You know what I mean? Like Ed and Eddy or like Rocco's Modern Life. I don't know if that's like.
I remember Rocco's Modern Life.
My mom would be like, no. And then she sees like Doug and she's like, it's fine.
But Doug,
just because he has like a big nose and he's like innocent looking, she's like, that's okay. But watch out for that Roger guy. Don't act like him in your big real life.
I think it's the beady little eyes for Doug. The little eyes were just kind of they were kind of innocent for him.
In his voice too, you know, he's just got that like classic, like kind of nerdy kid voice. He's like kind of nasally. It's like kind of nosy. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. Happy boy.
What you doing? You barking at the wall again?
Useless
I thought he
degrees.
was looking down the hallway and barking at something. He was looking directly at the wall.
The kids that loved Ed and Eddy are in jail now.
That's a good tweet.
Chris, Subway cookies low-key smell. Oh, yeah. Subway cookies, dude.
Yeah, if we're talking like desserts from fast food places, Chick-fil-A had my number one cookie. Subway's always got a place in my heart, honestly. But like I've been eating Subway cookies
kids.
since I've been eating Subway kids for a long time. Nah, but Subway cookies I was like born and raised on. So like they've kind of just ran their course.
See, the only problem with Subway cookies. Hey! The only problem with Subway cookies is that
just trying to talk about Subway cookies.
come on, you would like Subway cookies, I promise.
They're always out. Like they offer 8 cookies, but they really only have 3 there.
But you can hit either the super crunchy ones or you get the ones like I tweeted like last week to like if you get the Subway cookies that look like they might give you salmonella.
I've thought about that tweet for 7 days straight. Ever since you sent it, I was like,
that's when you know. That's when you know. Yeah, Subway cookies are for real. You know, McDonald's chocolate chip cookies.
I've had them a couple of times. It's just like not something I think of. Like if I pull up at McDonald's, it's like always an emergency. Like I need food like bad. And I always get like the weirdest thing on their menu that's not going to like poison me for 7 days. So I'm never like, I had a couple cookies.
I mean, no, but seriously, I think that's why they're so good is because you're not thinking of, you know what I mean? You go to McDonald's and you're like, you know, it's burgers, it's fries, like, you know.
Low key.
Yeah,
down there in the bottom right hand of the menu, always the dessert.
Yep. So you get one of the, you know, like their cookie guy is just back there like waiting. And then once he gets called upon, he's like, let's
just tapping his tongs like, come on, man, I know. Can I go out there and yell it to him?
This is my fucking
bottom right. And 2 cookies.
The conference tournament games start today at like 11:30. You remember those days back in school? Like
early games. It was like it wasn't even a school day.
No, it was like
everybody was just kind of not there all the way.
Yes, no, especially you had the teacher that like likes hoops. Like they tried to hide it, but you know, if you like went up to their desk to ask a question.
Hoops. What are you, a local sports guy?
Because they got game.
Likes hoops. You like hoops? Come to Indy. We got all the games. Big games. Swish. Dunk. Slam it home right here with WTHR.
Rebound. But you go to the teacher's desk that likes, you know, college basketball, and they have the speech at the beginning. They're like, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't have any no brackets, none of that. And then like you go up there and they have like a live stream like on the computer.
What are you doing?
Yeah, they're like
oh, all the tabs.
It's like It's like teacher porn. It's like the teachers looking at porn. It's their college basketball games that they're streaming on their computer.
It's always like on in one classroom randomly that's empty. So there's a bunch of teachers like passing by.
And you're like, no, but there's always one classroom that like the teacher would be kind of cool. And like the last
Never yours.
No. And like the last 10 minutes, they flip on like the 12-20 first
We
tip.
watched the Iowa game. Yeah.
Always
the
Iowa.
play-in. Yeah, the
Always
play-in.
Iowa,
The play-in
dude.
game. Yeah.
Always Iowa against Penn State.
It's just always Iowa in every game I've ever seen.
You like don't care really at all, but it's like basketball's on during the day. Basketball's on at school.
Right, dude. That is. It did seem like they started at like 9:30 fresh fucking tip.
Dude, yeah. Second period, you're like, yeah, they're tipping off.
Dude, they might get the upset here. Seriously.
In passing period, I might have to check my scores. Yeah, at the office too, like people begging to like fucking have the TV on and like put it on the game,
Come on. Oh, the office is like no rules, dude. You might as well just work from home that day because people are doing anything they can to watch those games.
If the TV's on or if the TV's not on, Johnson or Schmidt walks up, is like, we got tip off. We got hoops.
Can you change it?
Come
Why are we
on.
watching anything else? Pre-game coverage? No, but that made me think of like the other sporting events that started so early in the morning. It got me thinking like old school NFL draft when it wasn't like a prime time. It was always prime time for us, but like now it's they do the first round at like 8 p.m.
On Thursday.
And it's like a thing, dude. It's like
No.
red carpet event. But like
Yeah.
it used to be like Saturday, they'd have the first round at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Right when you
Yeah.
got up, it was the NFL draft sound.
Full Saturday of draft.
Wait,
They had like the first 3 rounds, I think, on Saturday, and then the next 3 on Sunday.
would never change the channel.
Yeah.
I was a Johnson Schmidt at my house. Like, hey, don't walk in front of that. Like, seriously.
You do. Like, you don't really care that much about football, I feel like, but you love the draft.
What? I just don't
I'm
know.
kind
What,
of the same way.
it's the all-day coverage. It's
just
just like
something that
the
makes you feel
highlights.
good.
I'm like, who's cutting up these highlights for guys that went to like UFC and like, I'm like, damn, man, they know everything about him. It's
Every
crazy.
single
Like, what a
thing.
special moment for that guy.
Yeah. Like a 2-minute cut up of like your best shit.
Oh my God, playing teams in Division II.
Like Wisconsin Whitewater. Like,
You're like, damn, that's a nice catch. That guy might be something.
watch out.
Dude, they can convince you of anybody on the. Yeah, that DN from Tulane. Oh my God! Well, in
You
a
gotta
couple
watch
of
out for
years,
him.
I might get his jersey.
We got a steal in the 4th round. Kuiper said so.
Yeah, but the NFL draft early in the day. I'm trying to think if there's anything else real early. For us, kind of the Indy 500 is like that.
Yeah.
Just,
All of it goes down on Sunday at like 11.
but there's nothing like that NFL draft sound.
Do you like that it switched to Thursday night, or do you miss the Saturday?
No, it makes more sense.
It
now.
does, yeah. The first
It's
first
just
round
like
on
if they
Thursday
kept it on
night,
Saturday, I'd be like, no, man, change it up.
that's a damn party. Yeah, it seems so ancient to look back and be like, they did all that
What were they thinking?
on Saturday.
What were they doing on
11 a.m.?
Saturday then?
Like who's stopping?
Bowling?
Yeah.
When ESPN is bowling, I'm like, wait, how much are they paying you guys? Is the government funding bowling? Because like, who gives a shit?
You have to feel so bad for like the director and producer of the bowling content on ESPN. They're like, it's like in Waterboy when the coach is like, all right, we're gonna do some offense, gonna do some defense, special teams, do some laps. Like
Special teams is just like, you guys are on your own. Why are they always like playing rock, paper, scissors and shit while you're doing like Pazzo?
that's bowling.
Dude, it's so funny. Like the places, they never give special teams like anywhere on the field to practice.
No.
So like it'll be offense on this side of the field, defense on this side of the field. Then like the kicker's doing like deep kickoffs like on the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
Like right in the middle of like across the field diagonally.
Yeah.
Where'd you want us to do it? On Thompson Road out there? Dude, it's so coaches get so mad at the kickers.
And there's only 3 of them.
And they're always like somehow when you're watching the offensive like Skelly film, they're always like in the top right hand corner, and the coaches are like the fucking kickers. After like the receiver drops a pass, they're like, "Fuck, you see him up there, fucking dicking around again." I thought he was hurt. Look at him over there doing jumping jacks.
They're always doing like the punters are just straight up doing nothing else but just dropping them.
That's it.
Picking it up.
Or like
dropping it.
It's always like the holder or something, like doing that thing where he like catches the football, you know. They throw it down and catch it. He's like so perfectly. Every time I try, I'm like, I can do that. It's like boom, and then rolls under the bleachers. I'm like,
and the kicker's not even doing anything besides just like holding his kicking tee and like a ball and just waiting.
Yeah, just kind of like. And then they gotta run sprints. I'm like, damn, you guys stretched out.
Making sure his soccer cleat is
Kickers with two different cleats, such a flex. I'm like, okay, dude, we know.
Yeah.
Use that to your advantage, too.
It always weirds me out though when they have like a super high, like modern cleat on their left foot.
Because it's like the Brazil soccer cleat.
And then they have like, they're like damn near barefoot on their kicking foot. I'm like, don't you feel weird about that? I kind of do.
Kickers that would actually kick barefoot, though. Do you know about that?
Yeah.
Like, that is the weirdest shit. If kickers aren't weird enough, how about the one that doesn't have a shoe or sock on right now, and that's gonna win the game for us? Like, dude, can it be any like more odd to see a kicker with a bare foot? And it's cold out. I'm like, the ball's hitting your foot, and it's 13 degrees.
It hurts my foot when I have a cleat and everything on.
It hurts my foot when I hit the corner of my bed. Imagine punting a ball like on purpose.
They hit the game winner, and you're just fucking smacking foot, and just winding up.
That's
Making solid
the OG
contact.
foot guy, the Chargers kicker. I was thinking the Chargers.
Smoking like a cigarette too while they do it. I guess they're doing this.
Kickers are so weird. Remember I forget Gary Anderson maybe. This
With
is
the
so
one bar?
stupid. Like no
What's
one.
the point?
It's just so funny to think that was like a thing, and it was like
One-
under.
One bar, dude.
I know you need to see, but.
What is that?
So does the
doing?
QB, and he picked looking up pictures of that, and he like played for so long, so like the uniforms were more modern. It was just
Yeah.
the funniest. Like,
Yeah, it's like in the 80s, people were kind of like, it makes
looks
sense.
like, yeah.
But then by like 1999, we're like, we have Madden now. Like we play, you know what I mean? Like, come on, dude, get with it. You want to go viral?
Let's do it.
All right.
Viral.
I like turtles. Apparently. All right. We'll go viral. So this isn't a hashtag, but today is like 1 year, the official 1 year since the world like changed forever. The NBA stopped.
No, when the NBA was like, we're good for now, we're going to cancel our season, I was like, all right, this is a real thing.
This is a real thing. Yeah.
Like when LeBron was like, I think it's the best idea. I was like, oh.
Yeah. No, definitely a where were you moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where were you?
I was at
It was saran wrap. And it was a long story, but they were making fun of me.
I was saran wrap, and I was honestly
watching it
thankful
that
that
day.
we had it because of this fucking saran wrap.
I'll never not call it saran wrap. But where were you?
I was at Brewdog in Fountain Square. I was having a nice little double date, and my buddy texted me and was like, NBA suspended, all caps. And I was like, went on Twitter, and I was like, well.
We were actually together when they canceled the March Madness. Well, they canceled.
Oh, yeah, dude. We were filming. I forget what we were filming. But, yeah, that came through. That was like, yeah, I remember that.
I was like, holy shit, this might be a real thing.
I think we were filming how guys hang up the phone.
Yeah, that was it. All right. See you, dude.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
Cool.
All right, later. Cool.
All right.
25 minutes later.
Bet.
Nice. That sounds good.
Hashtag things I wish my phone could do. What do you got? Things I wish my phone could do.
This isn't necessarily my phone, and I know this is kind of like played out, but it's so true. Like when you like mess up a word on Twitter or something, you can't go back and edit that word. I know it's just like, or like captions. Honestly, captions on TikTok. There's so many that I want to go back and delete and just redo the caption.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily a phone thing, but you feel me?
You can't delete comments either. Like sometimes for whatever reason, when I try to reply to people on TikTok, it like won't reply to them. It'll just like send as a comment. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
And you can't delete that.
I can't delete it.
So stupid.
So I just had this random comment that's like, hey, it looks like I'm commenting on my own video. I was just replying to
This
somebody.
dickhead.
Yeah, I know.
Who's this guy think he is?
Yeah, so not really a phone thing, but more of an app thing on your phone.
Yeah. I think getting in an elevator and having everything on my phone like shut off seems like ancient to me. I'm like, I should be able to talk.
It does that?
Dude, every time I'm on the phone,
Oh,
I'm like,
talking.
hey, yeah, right. I'm like, or like, even if I'm trying to send a text and I'm in the elevator, it shows up green, and I'm like,
Dude, yeah, everybody. I'm about to get in an elevator. I might lose you every time.
I know it's a box of steel, but aren't we like past that? Seriously,
Aren't they stronger than that?
that's what I'm saying. And like if I don't have Wi-Fi, like I hate connecting to Starbucks Wi-Fi when I'm in Starbucks for like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I wish I could just, use my whatever 5G or whatever the hell I have. But it's like, dude, I can't even like search on Instagram or Twitter when I'm in Starbucks. I'm like maybe it's just me. Do you have that problem?
Their Wi-Fi. Are you talking just like their Wi-Fi or their?
Like
sometimes I'm like, it's not that strong.
Like if I don't connect to Starbucks Wi-Fi while I'm in Starbucks, like nothing is happening on my phone. I have no access to anything, and I'm like, huh?
Isn't it funny though that for like that 2.5 minute wait, we have to be like,
there's literally nothing to do though. That's the time you need Wi-Fi, when you're waiting for coffee in a coffee shop. I'm just like, I'm not talking to any of these people. Like, I'm not supposed to. Like, I'm not just gonna sit here and look at the wall.
I talked about that yesterday on the show about like, because you were here when we got Wi-Fi connected at the new place, but like the 2 days when you don't have Wi-Fi, like what the fuck did you do when you're waiting for coffee before you had like a smartphone or before the internet? Did you just like stood there and like?
I think you literally talked to people.
You stood in your own thought. That seems kind of dangerous to me.
Just
too much time in your own head.
Yeah,
that
can fuck you up. I need permanent distractions 24 hours.
Maybe you read the newspaper, I guess. Like they did have newspapers in there.
That was a big thing.
I don't know. Magazines, listen to music still. What? How are you doing?
How are you listening to music?
Like a CD player, like an iPod?
I don't know what you did. Maybe you like sat at a table and just waited there for a minute. You probably did have the newspaper though.
Something.
Because that's like the old phone.
You couldn't just like. I'm not a believer that you can just like be somewhere and not have something that you're doing. To me, that's like you're like a serial killer.
Just sitting there looking at stuff. Yeah, that's super weird.
Like if you're just like, if you're just at Starbucks and you're like sitting there waiting and you're just like this, and you just like, have your hands like this, or you're like kind of looking around like,
you don't need
who are
coffee.
You plotting against?
You don't need coffee, bro.
Give me a newspaper or like a magazine or like a flyer. Or
you need a hobby.
Listen to music. Bring a book.
Book. I don't know, but that is weird. I wish my phone would always be on Wi-Fi. Like I feel like Apple should just have like Wi-Fi all the time. Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang. Let's see what some people are saying.
On-site.
Do people actually look at stuff while waiting for their coffee, or just anxiously open and close their social media apps like me? It's a good point, Colin. I look at stuff, but you're right. It's like a very quick, like it's mostly just to have something to look at rather than like actually consuming something.
Yeah.
Right.
I've never seen anything in Starbucks that like captivated me. Like it's always just like a couple Instagram ads. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Like I'm not reading like an article or anything, It's like I check my notifications maybe and just like stare at something again.
Right,
so you're not looking weird.
All right, cool.
Yeah. It's really just so you're not looking weird, right? Like you said, like you're not consuming anything. It's just there.
What else did he say? He said something. Dude, it's on planes for me too. Like
that's weird. Yeah.
On an airplane, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll look at these 4 pictures for 2.5 hours.
Right. Mike says, use the internal camera tilt to discreetly film dorks being dorks. Yeah, that's him for sure.
That's my whole life.
Literally, he could have an entire show. He could have his own show just based on that.
People at Starbucks. I used to like sit in Starbucks and like brainstorm and write a lot. And there's so many freaks that come to Starbucks. And I would just have them all on camera. But little did I know, I was the biggest.
You were the guy.
I was the one.
Things I wish my phone could do. I wish we have FaceTime, which is great. You can see somebody else's face, like cool.
Yeah.
But I want like a projection. I want like Star Wars style, like a hologram.
I can't believe that hasn't happened.
Like it when you're I'm getting a call from Ben Polizzi and like if you're FaceTiming me, like it pops up and it's like a hologram and your body or your face is like this. So I'm like looking at it and talking to you this way.
It feels like that should definitely happen by now, or at least project it like on the wall or something, you know? So you can,
Yeah.
like that. That'd be cool.
I like that. That's my biggest gripe. I mean, I wrote down like there's not a lot that it can't do, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're thinking about the iPhone or whatever you have, you're like, okay, this is pretty.
Yeah, it's got literally everything.
Right.
And there's always an app for everything.
Pretty much.
That's all people do all day is just think of app inventions.
Yeah. It's like Cowherd, you know, like they want to be the big tech guys out in Silicon Valley.
Cupertino. But
What's Cupertino?
it's like where Apple started. You ever get
Cupertino, California?
You ever get an iPhone and you look like at the weather and it's always Cupertino? When I was a kid, I was like, where the fuck? Why?
Is this a made up place?
Yeah.
Just to be the default for, that's where it's from. Okay. Hashtag it's too good to be true. Hashtag it's too good to be true. What do you got?
This happened to me the other day. I bought something at, I can't remember where I was, somewhere stupid, but it was like $8. And the person behind the register was like, you want to save $10 on your purchase today? And I was like, so it'd be free, but I'm definitely not. I'm going to say no because like I know there's a catch.
What am I signing up for?
What if you were just like, yeah, no, go ahead, get out here. You want to save $10 on your purchase today? I'd be like, yeah, they're like, all right, it's free, go. Here's actually $2 I owe you. But that was something I was like, there's no way I'm not gonna have to like sign my life away and like sign up for a credit card to save $10.
Yeah, the discount club, the card, the email, all of that.
I always feel bad too. They're like, do you want to sign up for the clubhouse where you get 10% off? I'm like, fuck no, but thank you.
Yeah.
They're like, that's fine. You're like, shut up. You don't want me to either.
Yeah. It's just extra work for you. Yeah, I always hit him with the, not today. As if like tomorrow when you come in.
Hey, you still got that deal I can sign up for?
I was pushed for time yesterday, but today I got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Let's sign up for it all.
Fill out.
I said the Vegas pool parties. Now, this might be, this is an interesting one, but I've never been to one.
Either.
But I just feel like it's like, okay, it can't be that great.
On? I know the pictures and everything looks so good, but I'm like, what's actually happening there? You know,
like there has to be some downfall to a Vegas pool party.
Yeah, because you always just see the person's section with the couches and like they're all in swimsuits and the bottles and the pool. But I'm like, what's going on right next to you? Is there the same thing happening right next to you?
What's the scene like in the pool? You know, is there like? I imagine there's just like, it just seems like a raging like testosterone and hormone place. So I feel like there's got to be a lot of fights. You know?
I can't believe neither of us have ever even been there for like a bachelor party or something.
I would be so scared to go to a Vegas pool party.
Like how much stuff is stolen when you're in the pool? You know, it just seems like there'd be one guy there just searching everybody's stuff.
Oh yeah.
I
Taking it
have
straight to the
fear.
casino.
Leave your sandals out. All right, those are gone. Keys on a lanyard.
These fake Gucci slides, taking them.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just like
dun 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 dun. That song's playing the whole time. Delirious. When I put that on my story, what song is this? A lot of people didn't know, and I was like, really?
Thank God we found it though. It is how you play the instrumental.
Steve Aoki.
How that kidding comes in so hard on that. Yeah, I maybe I'm just too insecure with myself, but I just feel like I'm not like my body's not up to par to go to a Vegas pool party.
This is a song that's playing at every Vegas pool party.
Just constantly. No, you got to go back further.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh, you just missed it. Right here. By the fourth time, you're like, are we changing the song at all, or is this the whole thing?
I'd be
all
cool
day?
with that song on repeat.
Yeah, it does fit. Like you have the cabanas like in the middle of the pool. They're like covered.
Cabanas, what a word.
You know, like OJ Simpson hangs out there and shit.
Cabanas.
Yeah. Hashtag if I had a penny every time. What do we got?
If I had a penny every time I go to a store and I'm just getting coffee and some pistachios, and I'm like midway through my store trip, I've got like 19 things that I'm holding by a thread. Every time, if I had a penny for every time I had to turn around and go back and get a basket. Dude, anytime I go to but anytime I go to Target or something, and they have the random stack of baskets halfway into the store, I'm like, somebody went on camera and saw me make this mistake, because nobody just plants 10 grocery baskets in the freezer section. I'm always like, oh god, and I throw all my shit in there.
Couple frozen pizzas, some pizza rolls,
The walk of shame, dude. Turning back around and getting a cart after you think you're going in for one thing.
You get the handheld one, right?
I try to be a basket guy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've been a cart guy a few times, and I'm like, this is legit. I am shopping.
If you're a cart at grocery store, it's big money moves.
You got a family, yeah.
Yeah.
Groceries are so expensive because you can pop $100 in a basket easy, but a grocery
depends on what you're getting. But
yeah. But a cart, dude, you're on salary.
Yeah. Or you're just a fat ass.
True.
If I had a penny every time I had to pee when I get in the car.
That's elevators for me too. A lot of elevator talk, but every time I get in the elevator, the doors close, I'm like, I gotta piss.
Dude, every time I swear, if I don't piss before I get into a car,
before I leave any place I go, I'm like,
you have to, because as soon you said the elevator doors, as soon as I shut that door next to me, turn and fucking fire up the ignition.
I always think I'm going to get in a car accident too because of and I blame it on having to go to the bathroom.
Because you're so focused on trying to get to the next spot so you can go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you're oh, kind of frustrated, right. Turn too quick. Why'd you get in a wreck? I had to pee. I didn't go potty before I left.
And then the cop's like, yeah, understandable.
All right, go ahead. Get out of here.
Thanks.
Just walk.
Because
your car's totaled.
But then you have to plan out. You're like, do I stop at a gas station? Do I hold it till I get to my destination?
Yeah, you don't want to get there and be like, bathroom. All right, when you get there.
You're thinking the whole time just about that. So whoever you're riding with, they're trying to have a conversation. You're just kind of blowing them off because all I can think about is holding the piss in.
Oh, man. I feel so bad for people when they have to pee. It's always girls, too. You ever around a girl that's like, I have to pee, but I don't want to right now. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Go! Now I have to pee for you.
You ever heard of uromycetitis?
No.
Oh,
what the hell? Why would I have ever heard of that?
Because you're a piss guy, so you know.
Piss guys. Piss guys.
Yeah, part of my takes piss dogs. We're just piss guys.
Oh my god.
We don't piss our pants. We just hold it in until.
Yeah, we do the opposite. We're piss cats. Piss dogs, piss cats. We hold it in and bitch. You just let it fly.
But uromycetitis is from Seinfeld. Apparently, if you hold in your piss for too long, it can kill you.
No way.
Yeah.
Who would ever who figured that out? What a psycho.
Oh, I don't think they voluntarily were like, yeah, I'll do that experiment.
How long ago?
Yeah.
I can beat that.
Can I beat that?
I'm really good at holding my pee.
Will my bladder explode? I think that's what happens.
That's my nightmare.
Have you ever gotten close to just pissing yourself because you're like, fuck it?
It's hard for I've had to pee so bad that I've done it in some weird public places.
Just because you got to.
Just around the corner. But I think for a guy, it's hard to piss yourself like that because we can eat. We got easy access.
Sure.
We can stream from anywhere.
We got the hot spot.
Live. But no, I've never been that. It's kind of like almost anytime I get excited, I have to go pee.
So you're like,
I'm a dog. But no, it's happened before. We'll think of a good idea, and I'm like, that's awesome. All right, I'll be right back.
You walk into a new place, and you're kind of like going in circles. You're like, "I'll just forgive Ben." He gets a little excited. He's got a tinkle.
Chasing my tail, but
Little goes down your leg. Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up with days of the week.
days of the week.
It's the
Most wonderful
day
days
of the week. Okay, so today, March 11th, this is a big day for a lot of people out there. National Promposal
Oh
Day.
my god.
That was your life.
Prom is such a big deal. It's so much more than homecoming, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's like almost you're asking a girl to marry you in high school. Yeah.
Promposal.
Homecoming is just like, hey, we're kind of friends. We don't know what this is. She's cool. I hang out with your friend group. Let's go. We'd be we'd be cute.
Yeah.
Prom's like
Every
kiss begins with K.
How'd you ask girls to prom?
I
B girl?
I didn't go to dances a lot for some reason. It was one of those things that like I've got two older sisters and they didn't go, so my parents were like, "Why are you going to dances?" And I just thought it was good. And my friends were like, "Come on, let's go to prom." So I only went when I was a senior.
Were you a white tux guy or a black tux guy?
No.
Really?
No.
You could have pulled off the
me?
white tux. Your sisters would have killed you. You probably would have, yeah, but.
Because when I'm going to get, I didn't know anything about anything then. So I was like, what color tux should I get? I would just always ask like my mom or someone that knew, because I was like, they probably know what looks good. Like they watch like E-News and shit.
Mario Lopez has told them this for sure.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, get this, with this color, it'll be fine. So I'm like, all right. So if I was like, I want to get a white tux, they would have been like, dude, you're not. My mom literally would have been like, you're not going.
See, but
so I wasn't gonna play that card.
You had like the spring break tan and everything. You probably went tanning back then. Yeah.
Oh, dude, every single day.
Yeah.
Easy tans, $3 a pop.
There we go. So you could have done the white tux guy
with the shades.
Shades on top.
You can't wear a white
The
tux
veil.
without having
Yeah.
the shades, dude.
There's two very distinct prom
stunners.
guys, man. It is. It's like the two distinct prom guys are white tux guys and bow tie guys.
That's it.
Yeah. I was bow tie. I couldn't do white tux, so I did bow tie.
bow tie. Now, why couldn't you do white tux?
Too pale.
Mm,
Wouldn't look like it would look dumb. It would look like Casper.
yeah. Okay. Bow tie, not bad. It's less for sure.
It was requested by my date.
But it.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was
then
like, "You
had
should wear a
to.
bow tie," and I was like, "All right."
Yeah. Like I wanted to this whole time.
Thought you never
How'd
would
you know?
ask.
I love you. I mean, let's just go to prom. Okay. My first prom, I was excited because this girl looked good. So I was like, I gotta pull out everything for this one. So I made her a cake that said prom on it.
Wow.
Made her a cake. And it wasn't just a cake, it was like a double, it was like
What up,
double, it was a double decker. You know what I mean? So and then I she lived kind of close, so I walking distance. I walked it to her house, and I was like, "This is gonna be it. This is the moment."
Wow.
And she wasn't home, and her dad answered.
Oh.
And I was like, "God damn it, dude!" But he wasn't one of those like shotgun to your head dads. He was just like, "Okay, all right, should be great." I was just like, "Wow, this guy has no idea what's going on right now. Does he even know that I go to school with?" I don't know. See you, man. Ran home, locked myself inside.
Watch like a few Air Jordan commercials.
Then I was like, did I put icing on the inside? After it's already in her house. Now I'm like planning on breaking into her house and like trying to put icing on it real quick while her dad's
"What
sleeping.
are you doing?"
That's how I did it.
Yeah, man, and it always like never fails from our generation from now on. Well, we're starting to get to the point to where like the people who started doing like promposals are getting to be like parent age, I feel like. Because like when we were doing it, my parents, I know your parents, they're always like, "Why don't you just ask her?" I was like, "You can't just ask her. You have to do something."
Kidding me?
And my mom was like,
Who do you think
"What?
I am?
Why don't get this whole thing? Like we just asked each other if we want to go to prom."
Do you want to go to prom with me? Like you guys are boring. Like think of a cool way.
How quickly are you getting denied if you just say, "Hey, just thinking prom. What do you think?" No.
Wow, how effortless and easy. You got to be the shit to do that. You literally have to be Mario Lopez to do that. You want to go to prom? Sure. Okay.
All
See you
right.
then. Pick you up at 8. Nothing else to. It doesn't get any worse than like the person who asked someone else, the guy who asked the girl to prom with the poster board that they got from CVS and all the candy like making a sentence. Dude, that's the worst shit. I'm like, here we go, but I always read them.
Now
you could be like pull and peel Twizzlers or something.
No.
Will you be my little nerd?
Will you be the rope? Can I be the rope to your nerd?
Right. Yeah, this sucked, but
can you be the?
I'm always like, yeah, not a bad sentence, Chief.
Can you be the Hershey to my kiss?
I love you to Reese's Pieces. But yeah, those
God, he knew I love Reese's Pieces.
What is it, Pieces?
That's a big deal, though, man. That's a big day. Now, if it doesn't show up on like the For You page on TikTok or Instagram, then you're a loser and you're not going to prom.
Yeah, you're not going. Wait till homecoming, bro. Then there's always that weird winter dance, winter.
Oh yeah, where like the girls are supposed to ask the guys, but
of course it's the dance that doesn't count, where the girls have to ask the guys. The one that's like not official. I'm like, oh, I'm sure, yeah. The one that you guys didn't promote. We don't have to buy tuxes for. When I figured out how much a tux was for prom, I was like, it was like $300.
Ridiculous.
I was like, are you serious?
For a night, and if you like fucked up anything on it, it's like that's $100 extra dollars.
So careful. $300 for the Macarena. That's it, dude.
No, not Macarena. Fucking, this is something new. The Casper Slide Part 2. We're gonna get funky
in the
white. Let's see. Tomorrow, Friday, March 12th, National Working Moms Day.
National Working Moms Day.
Man, working moms didn't have time for anybody's shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can see working mom vibe from 10 miles away.
They were picking up the group like after practice on a Friday.
Let's go. Get in the car. Let's go.
Just so frustrated and like just needs to blow off so much steam, but she has like 4 fucking shitheads in her back seat. Just so
doing
mad.
laundry, so many tasks. Moms and lists, dude.
Tweet.
Mom's lists. I don't know what the third one is, but Jesus Christ, man. Just striking stuff off of lips. Cardio, gotta do cardio, then laundry. Cardio while I'm doing laundry.
Dude, you remember that though? Like when you like be spend the night at your buddy's house or something, and their mom would be picking you up to go there, and she was in like her work attire with like some like high heel boots on. You're
oh my! I'd be like, we don't have to do this right now if you don't have time. I can wait.
It's like, God dang, dude, we're so not getting pizza tonight.
Yeah, that's such a bummer. When you're going over to your friend's house and their mom like makes food, you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
I gotta eat your guys' food with your guys' utensils.
Yeah. I was always people never came to my house because I was that kid. My mom would be like, okay, we're having turkey tetrazzini tonight. I'm like, Mom, that's not.
We want
right
Pizza
now.
Hut.
That's not tonight. I'll pay for the pizza. I would have to clean the house for 4 months to get a pizza video game night, dude. All my friends would have like a literal fridge in their garage with drinks in it. My mom would be like, you guys want Big K pink lemonade diet? I'd be like, oh my God. This is not cool.
Dude, eating family dinners with your friend's family when it's the whole family and then just you.
How did your parents not know that was weird? Like if I had a son now and he had a friend over, I'd be like, I'm getting the hell out of here. House to yourselves, guys. Like, I don't want to be part of this.
And they're like, they're doing all their like typical traditions and shit, and you're just like, I'm not a part of this.
I
am for a night.
You're like, all right, let's eat. They're like, we want to pray first. You're like sitting next to their weird sister. You're like, I know we're about to eat corn dogs, but bless us, O Lord. Does it get more awkward than saying prayers before you eat at your friends? When people do it in public now, I'm like, damn, dude, religious. Bet.
I have to hold always a family that like holds hands too, like at the dinner table. You're like, oh shit.
I just held your dad's hands for 15 seconds. And then I had some root beer.
Hold the parents' hand, man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, you have to like strategically sit. So you're like, all right, I got my buddy. His little brother, that's not that bad.
Yeah, his little brother
Okay.
kind of vibes with us.
Like his sister's kind of hot, so that'd be kind of like weird.
Yeah. Sister's kind of hot.
My hand's kind of sweaty. Don't want to hold her hand.
The mom's scary.
Mom will.
The dad's way too serious during prayer. I feel like if I laughed or like coughed, he'd like tell me to go home.
Dude, you were always laughing during like the serious family moment.
Dude, if you made eye contact with one of your friends, good night, dude. See you later. If you look up and one of your friends is looking at you, middle of the prayer.
Dude, it never failed during that kind of shit. I was always laughing for nothing, just because I knew I wasn't supposed to be laughing.
Best laugh ever when it's about nothing.
It's the best laugh, but it's the worst because you're like, these parents think I'm the biggest moron.
Laughing in church with your friend about absolutely nothing. Top 3 laugh in your life.
Not really anything good on Saturday, March 13th. Open umbrella indoors day. I don't know if that's like
I do that shit all the time. That's like one of those things. Don't walk under a ladder. Every time
umbrellas?
Yeah, it's like one of those bad luck things, you know. You're not supposed to open an umbrella indoors. It's like walking under a ladder. You know that one? Or do I know all?
No, walking under a ladder, shattering glass.
But like people before they go in buildings and it's raining, they'll like keep the door open with their foot and be like, and then collapse the umbrella and then walk inside. Because it's like a thing you're not supposed to do.
Wow.
Like breaking a mirror.
Breaking a mirror, that's what I meant. Not glass.
Black cat. You got like 10 in your house crossing your path every 9 seconds. You're like, I don't know why I'm having such bad luck.
What's the deal with the ladders? I'm confused about that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to walk under a ladder.
I know, but like,
it's one of those weird things. I know, but like,
is there ladders even big enough I couldn't walk? Like, I would have to like crawl.
Yeah, right. It's pretty inconvenient to walk under a ladder. You have to like really get down in there.
Jeez. You have to do like an offensive lineman like kick back.
Yeah, it's seriously like a thing.
To go into
a car wreck. What happened? I walked under a ladder earlier.
There's
just no way to get around this thing, and it was like, fine, I guess I'll do it. And I didn't feel like closing it up, so yeah, that's why I totaled my car.
All right, so Saturday, get the bad luck out of the way, and open all the umbrellas you need inside. And then Sunday, March 14th, of course. All the nerds out there. National Pie Day.
3.14.
Yeah.
I hate when people like no pie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got the whole thing memorized. I'm like, for what?
Yeah, that's their icebreaker. Well, I know pie.
Okay,
cool.
Me too. Apple's the best.
Oh. I put whipped cream on my pumpkin pie. Cool.
Okay, rock star. You know what I had the other day, honestly? Pecan pie. You ever had it?
No, I don't like pecans.
Me neither. I hated everything about the pie. Literally.
Why'd you have it?
Because I was at like a party, and the dude really liked pecan pie. So I was like, and everybody's smashing it. So I was like, I'm gonna give it like a second chance. And it was fire.
It just doesn't look edible. Like pecans look just like hard.
I don't know.
What is the concept?
Dude, I think the same thing, but it was just good. Maybe I really wanted dessert. You know, when you're in that dessert.
Did you put like whipped cream on it or something? Nothing?
It was just like ice
cream?
It wasn't a party like that, man. It was just kind of like bang bang.
It was a pecan pie party.
Right. And it wasn't bad, but I used to hate there's a lot of pies I don't like, and pecan was one of them.
I think I just don't like the pronunciation of it too. It's like pecan or pecan. People say pecan.
People say pecan. There's a lot of stuff pecan pie. We're not friends. I don't need to know anything. I don't need to know your sign. I don't need to know anything. Just tell me how you pronounce pecan.
People who say pecan pie come from a family where they hold hands at the dinner table
and also say crown when they're talking about crayons. Crayon should actually be the pronunciation. How do you say it? Crown.
I'm lazy, dude. I don't know. Crayon. I'm like,
are you French?
You want to color with a crown? What do you like? A crayon?
I don't know why my family always said crayon, but I was like, that's not right. I guess I'm just rolling with it.
That's definitely like the correct pronunciation. I mean, it's like that's how it's spelled, but like to me, it's like Brett Favre. You know, you don't say Favre, you say Favre. You don't say crayon, you say crown.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those weird things that
Mhm.
it doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be that way, but it just is. So you're gonna keep saying crayon.
No one keeps saying crayon.
You're gonna go.
I haven't said
crayon.
crayon in a long time because you stopped using that. You stopped using crayons like when you're like 5th grade tops.
Shit, yeah.
So that word kind of doesn't even. It's not even relevant.
But it like ran our lives for like 3 years.
64 pack. On the 64 pack.
Yeah, when you started making the switch from crowns to
Colored pencils.
you were getting up there.
Colored pencils.
You started liking girls.
If you had a pack of colored pencils with all of them in there, you had your shit together.
Yeah.
Every time I've seen a pack of colored pencils, there's always like 4 in there, and they're the colors you don't want. You're like, God damn it, never a black one.
No.
Dude, can you imagine a pack with all the colors? It was such a losable, like,
I know.
thin. They're always like way too expensive.
And
no
like,
eraser.
Whenever you're putting the colored pencils in there, they would always like kind of slide through the little
No.
open.
And you're just like, fuck.
God! You just throw them against the wall. Give me some crayons. All right. Lastly, National Potato Chip Day. So Sunday we're having pie. We're having pecan pie and potato chips. I just love when you have like a fresh bag and like you just open it up, get like a solid handful and munch, and then you're like, all right, I'm probably good on those. But that first handful is just so
crazy.
good.
I always go too hard on chips.
Yeah.
Like chips on a sandwich are kind of really all I can do in moderation, or else I'm just gonna like
Keep
smash the
going.
whole bag.
Yeah. For real.
Doritos are one of those that you can just easily kill a bag. Like me and you in a bag of Doritos doesn't stand a chance.
Nope. Lay's classic and barbecue.
Lay's barbecue might be the best chip of all time.
And the bag, we've talked about that.
The black
The
bag.
black
They
bag.
knew.
It's like they could have done some like weird like maroonish brown, for barbecue. But they're like, nope. This is our
we know.
alternates.
This one's gonna go.
This is the bag we bring out on Thursday nights for Thursday night football.
Color rush bag.
Color rush bag.
No, seriously, that's the chip, man.
The only chip that you can eat in moderation when it's just out there is Fritos.
Oh, that's kind of a psycho thing too. Fritos. You either love Fritos or you hate Fritos.
But like even if you love them, like I love Fritos, but
Oh
if I have a
yeah.
bag-
If you have too many of them, you're like going to the ER.
Yeah.
It's either like 4 or
and just because your breath is going to
funeral.
permanently stink like corn.
Fritos is such a specific chip, like for like chili.
No.
Yeah, it's
The
not.
scoops.
It's not really like yeah. That's a dense
Or like a
ass
peanut
chip.
or like a peanut butter sandwich.
You do that?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's nice.
Just peanut. You can put jelly on it.
No, if it's just peanut butter
That's
and you have a side of
There's
Fritos,
so many things.
the peanut butter is, it's very like it's what's the word I'm looking for? Peanut butter is like thick. Yeah, but then Fritos, like the
Crunch.
crunchy, it brings it, you know what I mean? It kind of brings it out, brings it together.
Yeah.
But like if you have like Doritos or Lay's or whatever, if the bag's there, you're eating all of them. Fritos, the bag could stay there, and after 2 handfuls, you're like,
This right here for Fritos.
yep, you're like,
You get like 6.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You're just like that was enough. Like that held me over. I don't want to go back for any more Fritos.
Mm-hmm. Chips that I don't feel bad eating ever, the whole bag. I can smash baked Lays. Are you a baked Lays fan?
I can do like the baked Lay's barbecue, but if it's just straight up baked Lay's,
Yeah, not that great. But you don't feel bad eating those because it just feels like you're eating like
they're
wallpaper.
like it's like really thin. So
Yeah,
you're like, all right, it's not as much of like the grease, and the
yeah,
fatty. It's just kind of like a cracker. I mean, a cracker.
pretty much, dude. Yeah, and there's not many in there anyway. There's
Dude,
something
you're
about those
right.
baked Lays. I know bags are chip bags. It's
Yeah.
always a conversation about like, oh, it's only half full when you open it, but baked Lays are bad. There's
It's
like
like a
13
quarter.
in
Yeah.
there.
It's like a quarter full rest air. You're like, I know.
I had a whole bag of baked Lays. I'm like, so you had 6?
It's not that
Good
bad.
job, man. Good for you.
All right, man. Hey, look at this. Julian, Colin. Yeah,
This
dude.
guy, where's
Jake.
this debate going? This is
This is the show,
bro.
man. Yeah.
Where's this debate going? That should be the name of this.
Instead of first
High
take.
peer pressure, dude. That's fun.
Man, this is great. Thanks, Superman. Chris, is it PCs or that's what we're talking about? Pieces or PCs?
It definitely is.
I think since it's Reese's, you got to follow it up with Pieces.
Reese's Feces.
Reese's Pieces. No.
Pieces just doesn't sound right, but it probably should be.
Yeah. All right, man. Tell everybody where they could follow you if they don't already
Benedict Polizzi on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Cameo. If you want to give somebody a shout out from Johnson or anybody, I got you. Follow me. Do a lot of stuff with Joey.
Yeah. Well, we need to clarify that. So people in Canada, like, he's Johnson, I'm Schmitty. We can both do this guy cameos and videos. But people, to clarify, people have, hit me up and been like, give me some Johnson one-liners. I'm like, well, that's Johnson. I'm Schmitty.
Schmitty one-liners.
Schmitty one-liners. Or just this guy is like the best way. Give me one of those this guy ones. That's
there we go. It is this guy.
Yeah.
This guy lines.
Cool. Right on, dude.
Podcast too. If you want to check it out, Espresso on every platform. YouTube, everything like that. Check it out once a week. Drop an episode. Joey comes on sometimes.
Yeah. That's what we do. We just it's a bunch of BS and fucky stuff.
It's a big riff.
Just internet riffing. Julian, shout out from France. That's awesome. Just follow me, Ben. Come with a map.
Oh God.
Oh fuck.
Jeez, this guy.
Thanks for watching today, bro. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, yeah,
we gotta do it more often. It's fucking awesome. The description, right? The merch, Cup of Joey, dad hats, mugs, Indian Sanity, Big Ten tournaments going here now, and March Madness is coming here. Get that. Subscribe for daily show, 9 to 10 a.m. Daily content as well. So be sure to hit subscribe, share with your friends, just like today. Bullshitting around, starting your day with some coffee and some fun. We're doing that every day. So thanks again to BP. And we'll talk to you on Friday. Fucky Friday tomorrow, live at 9.